Hey folks, Marcus here from the Ashland Fly Shop. We're out on the water with the Redington CLAYMORE 12.5 foot 7 weight spey rod. This is a brand new series of spey rods from Redington, and they've got trout spey models, a whole bunch of spey models, and switch models. We wanted to get out on the water pretty quick with these rods, talk about them a little bit, give our first impressions. And today we just went right for the heart of the series, the 12.5 foot 7 weight. For a lot of you steelhead fishermen out there, this is going to be the most versatile option, the best first rod to get, and just one really worth looking at. So let's dive into it a little bit here. You can see, like the Chromer, you've got similar rubber grips on the bottom and the top of the cork. They are a different color this time, but same function, just helps you grip running line, especially thin monofilament like what I've got today. The blank itself goes from a matte black to a matte kind of medium gray, which is pretty dang nice. And then we've got a different reel seat in there too compared to the Chromer. As far as how it feels, I don't have a Chromer with me today, but having spent some time with that rod doing classes and fishing it a little bit, this action of the CLAYMORE feels a little bit softer and is loading a little bit down deeper in the rod. Now that could be the line a little bit too. I've got Rio's new 525 grain Skagit Max Elite launch, which is a new Skagit line from them. So that's gonna affect how it feels compared to a Chromer as well. But it does feel just a hair softer, which I think is a good thing. I often felt that the Chromer was a pretty dang fast rod, and for folks out there that are getting into the sport, trying to get up to speed with the rod, having something like this that's really gonna be smooth casting, really crisp, but isn't just blazing fast, is gonna be nice for a lot of folks out there. That being said, as I'm getting used to casting it, I'm definitely able to generate some line speed, and I can tell that. I can speed up with my stroke and really apply some power on the forward stroke, and the rod just kind of responds pretty well to it. So it's got power, it's got the ability to generate line speed, which are things that I look for in a spey rod quite a bit. So right now I've got this with 12.5 feet of T8 and a pretty good sized fly on there, conehead fly, and it's turning over really well. I am gonna bring this in and I'm gonna put T14 on there, because when we look at a 7 weight spey rod and we really want a versatile option, it's not gonna do us a whole lot to just get our impressions with T8 on there. So I'm gonna throw some T14 on there, which is the most common tip in the wintertime like it is now, and we'll see how it goes. All right, now we got a reel tip on here. This is 10 feet of T14. We'll see how this rod likes it. This is one of the more common tips that you'll find winter steelhead fishing. And this rod turns it over just fine. And that's what you want in a versatile 7 weight spey rod. You want it to be nice and smooth casting and able to turn over kind of a lighter tip and feel crisp and responsive. But then when you put some weight on it, you don't want it to crumble. And this rod is really handling that heavier T14 pretty well. And from how it feels with this 10-foot chunk on here, I think I could go up to 12.5 feet of T14 no problem, and it would still turn it over, maybe even 10 feet of T17. So that makes it a really nice, versatile option. So I kind of view this 12.5 foot 7 weight CLAYMORE from Redington as the heart of their CLAYMORE spey lineup. But I should mention that they have a pretty diverse selection of rods available to you in this lineup. So they've got 12 foot 3 inch 5 weight spey rod, 12.5 foot 6, this 7 here. They have a 13.5 7, 2 different models of 8s, and then a whole switch rod category too. So it's really a full lineup There's options ranging from trout spays up to summer steelhead, versatile all-around steelhead options, and then even options for winter-specific steelhead fishing or Chinook fishing. So these rods retail for $399.95, and they are available to ship now at Ashland Fly Shop. Thank you very much for tuning in.